Everybody's just stuck here waiting for these fires to burn themselves out, and we can't help anticipating the better times could be coming around.
Hello, in this video I'm going to be taking a look at Sonible's new Smart EQ3, which is an upgrade from Smart EQ2. Smart EQ2 I really like and I use it a lot, so I'm very interested to see what changed in Smart EQ3. What I'm going to do is just the usual. I'll go through on different tracks of this song and I'll try it out and I'll just see what it does with the default profiles. So I've got a drum bus here and I will select the drum profile, and then all I need to do is hit play and then hit this little record icon. This is your main sort of like a mix knob, but when you scroll on it, on the center part, you get sort of Q control for high pass and low pass if you don't want it to affect the low end, for example. You can really exaggerate the effect of it. One of the awesome new features on this is that it's dynamic now. No, I'm not sure what happened there. I thought those drums sounded great before, but that's just cleaned them up just a little bit, a bit more present. Let's try the bass. I just love how dynamic EQ just livens things up. Again, let's just tighten up the bass a little bit. First rhythm guitar. So now Smart EQ3 has sort of become a little bit more like Gullfoss or other sort of dynamic type EQs. But I really like what it's doing so far. Now, this electric guitar sounds a little dark to me, so let's see what it does. guitars as well sound a little muddy. Yeah. It's very tasteful. This one again could use a little bit of brightening up, more presence. It's crazy. It's not doing anything offensive to the sound at all. It's actually very clever. It lives up to its name. It is smart. Right. I used this song in my last video, and since then I've added 3 like vocal takes, harmonies. 1 high, 1 really low, and 1 sort of mid. Yeah, let me know in the comments if you think this song's something that I should flesh out more and motivate me to finish it. And I'll make some more videos and show you how I've produced it. So yeah, I'll just go through on the different vocals here.
For these fires to burn themselves out, and we can't help anticipating.
So I'll go for vocals low.
The better times could be coming around, but you can't see it if your heart is hating. Like a mind that has lost its way, and I know that it's so frustrating to catch a glimpse and watch it fade away. Everybody's just stuck here waiting.
Really like this effect when you're adjusting the Q factor with the mouse wheel. You get this nice little, I don't know what you would call it, but it's like a nice little graphical effect.
The better times could be coming around, but you can't see it if your heart is hating. Like a mind.
This actually feels a little bit like cheating. So go for vocals high.
And I know that it's so frustrating to catch a glimpse and watch it fade away. Everybody's just stuck here waiting for these fires to burn themselves out, and we can't help anticipating the better times could be coming around, but you can't see it if your heart is hating. Like a mind that has lost its way, and I know that it's so frustrating frustrating to catch a glimpse and watch it fade away. Everybody's just stuck here waiting for these fires to burn themselves out, and we can't help anticipating.
Let's try it on the guitar group, even though I processed the two guitars separately.
Better times could be coming around, but you can't see it if your heart is hating. Like a mind that has lost its way, and I know that it's so frustrating to catch a glimpse and
let's try the vocal group.
fade away. Everybody's just stuck here waiting for these fires to burn themselves out, and we can't help anticipating the better times could be coming around, but you can't see it if your heart is hating. Like a mind that has lost its way.
Let's try the chorus part.
And I know every day I just keep on holding on.
Let's try this guitar bus.
Trying to find a place that is beyond it all. Every day I just keep on moving on. Trying to find a place that is beyond it all. Every day I just keep on holding on. Trying to find a place that is beyond it all. Every day,
Gotta say, I'm very impressed with it.
keep on moving on.
Let's try it on the master bus,
To find a place that is beyond.
I don't really think it's designed for this, but we'll try the universal preset.
Every day I just keep on holding on. Trying to find a place that is beyond it all. Every day I just keep on moving on. Trying to find a place that is beyond it all. Every day I just keep on holding on. Trying to find a place that is beyond it all. Every day I just keep on moving on. Trying to find a place that is beyond it all. Every day I just keep on holding on. Trying to find a place that is beyond it all. Every day I just keep on moving on. Trying to find a place that is beyond it all. Every day I just keep on holding on. Trying to find a place that is beyond
higher vocal. It's a very high vocal.
Trying to find a place that is beyond it all. Every day, I just keep on moving on. Trying to find a place that is beyond it all. Everybody's just stuck here waiting for these fires to burn themselves out, and we can't help anticipating the better times could be coming around, but you can't see it if your heart is hating.
This is Acustica Sienna,
Like a mile,
which I think I'm going to have to do a video on at some point. I'm still getting familiar with it, and
I know that it's so
I don't know, first impressions are it complements VSX nicely, and it also works with a, you know, you can use your own headphones with it. But it has some really cool
Every day, I just keep on
references.
trying to find a place that is beyond it all. Every day, I just keep on moving on. Trying to find a place that is beyond
I'm actually using
it all.
Sonarworks reference to just calibrate the mid part of the Sennheiser HD 599s. They have this mid dip, and the high presence isn't so bad, and the low presence, because they're open back, is quite good for mixing. So nice details, and it works really well with these. You can usually pick them up on Amazon quite cheap, especially on sale. So it's worth checking out. I know that getting VSX these days is hard. They're probably going to be back ordered for months. So yeah, hopefully that gives you an idea of what Smart EQ3 is capable of. I think if you have Smart EQ2, the upgrade is just a no-brainer. New features are awesome as well. You can see here that on the tracks where it is now, something is given 0.2 milliseconds and Black Hole's 0.2 milliseconds. But Smart EQ2 is now zero latency, which means that you could actually track through it, monitor through it, and play, and then use the smart algorithm, and then perform through the dynamic smart algorithm, which is ridiculous. Smart EQ2, not hugely different interface, but obviously that doesn't have the dynamic, but it has the same sort of idea. There was only a set amount of bands on Smart EQ2. You can see that Smart EQ2 is given 85.3 milliseconds of latency compared to Smart EQ3, which does not have any. So for zero latency, the new algorithm seems much improved, and the dynamic EQ is really, really nice. Everything that it's done was very tasteful, really smooth. Even on the MixBus, it was sounding really nice. Its initial settings were a little bit extreme, but when you dialed them back and tweaked them a little bit, it sounded really good, and you could see in tonal balance that it was doing its job properly. So at the minute, you can get it on either the Sonible website or Plugin Boutique has it. The upgrade, I think, is £25 or $35, and the main plugin itself is 30% off. So it's £75, which I guess is about $100. Yeah, really, really recommend it. Great plugin. I can see myself using it a lot. I've been using Frequency is built into Cubase. I think it was added in Cubase 9 maybe. The latest version in Cubase 11 has dynamic EQ. So basically what I've been doing lately is just tuning things by ear, going through solo and the bands, finding like certain frequencies and then notching out with a dynamic EQ. You've got your threshold, you've got your ratio, attack, release, and then you can scan through and find harsh resonances and then go back to here and like dial them out, which works really well. But Smart EQ3 is doing pretty much the same thing better than I can do it, and it's automated, which is ridiculous. So another one that I just picked up is called Smooth Operator. I got it on Plugin Boutique for about 25 quid. Again, really, really excellent. Stylistically, it looks like it's trying to sort of imitate Soothe a little bit, but it kind of does the same thing, but it also is its own animal. So it's another one I'll do a video on, and I'll show you how it works. Really like it so far. But it's another sort of intelligent EQ. Obviously you've got Soothe, but it's not so much an EQ as a corrective plugin. And then you've got Gullfoss, which is sort of, I figure it's inspired some of the features in Smart EQ3, and I think maybe is more useful in the context of a mix. I think definitely with the profiles and things. Then you've got Gullfoss Live, which is a new update, and it's basically got 2 milliseconds of latency, 1.4 milliseconds of latency, which means you can track through it, which apparently gets a slightly different character to Gullfoss. I need to try it out. Probably do a video on that. And then what else? I have Neutron, which probably is the closest thing to Smart EQ3, but honestly I think Smart EQ3 is vastly superior. Neutron, you run the mix assistant on your track, it analyzes it, it adjusts the EQ curve, puts in compressors and all kinds of stuff, but to be honest, I can count the amount of times that it's done something good on one hand. It really doesn't seem to work that well for me. And even, you know, it has dynamic EQ, so you can set the dynamic EQ, you can set the threshold, but it's a bit more limited than even like the likes of frequency that comes built into Cubase. So I don't tend to use Neutron very much, and I don't know. Ozone have just announced that all the updates for future versions of their plugins are going to be limited to people who subscribe to their subscription bundle, which has sort of left a sour taste in a lot of people's mouths. I'm not particularly happy with that myself. I'll not be subscribing, and which means that as an owner of Neutron and Nectar's another one. It's just like a smart EQ type thing. And to be honest, I've never been that fussed on it. So yeah. So let me know what you think down below, and hopefully you found this interesting and useful. I'll see you in the next video. Cheers.